PvP. So, if you don't go Nexus first, what do you like to do in PvP?
I haven't done non-Nexus first builds in like such a long time. It's hard for me to remember, but I think that probably the most standard thing that's the strongest of the standard stuff is to go double Adept, and then double Stalker, and then take your Nexus.
So in the bottom right, ish, for Allin, it is drumbum.
Yep, and then the top left, playing for ConFed, our ace player. It's gonna bring it back for us. It's Praise. Yeah, so the reason I like the Adepts is for the scouting purposes. Most people suicide them in. I try not to suicide them in. Also keeps your opponent on their side of the map. Gives you a much better chance to see what they're doing in their main than Stalkers ever would. But some people just like to do like a 4-Stalker push in order to like force your opponent to show what tech they have. Which kind of works and kind of doesn't. Usually an overcharge just shuts it down, but if they're late with the overcharge, shit can get dicey really fast. Oh, and the probe's going down.
Wow.
Jump didn't want any of that. Oh, but it was a
a pylon.
Pylon. He's going to cancel that.
Yep. Made him think.
Just try to scare him a little bit.
So in ConFed, the second best cannon rusher is Praise. Just so you're aware. Praise has been known to cannon rush it once or twice.
Yeah, it's a solid thing that you should have in your arsenal. It just shouldn't be your go-to play.
Kira.
It's kind of like, you know, learning how to 12 pulls a Zerg. Like, it shouldn't be your thing, but you should know how to do it. And you should be pretty good at it.
Kind of
or like the proxy factory shit that Terrans do now these days.
Or proxy.
Yeah, proxy Raxes.
Yes, proxy 4X.
And in the other matchups, like against Protoss, against Protoss you can do the proxy Raxes. Those are pretty good. But the proxy Rax is like a low risk high reward thing for like TVP because you can just outright just win the game with like double Cyclone. This is all really standard. Praise going for the Adept.
Praise going for another pylon in the.
Trump up going for the Stalkers. I think he gets supply blocked or something. Someone's supply blocked.
They both are at 31.
Oh, but it's going to finish momentarily, so it's all good. Yeah, the double Stalker's a bit late though. Steps are already across the map and almost there, and the second Stalker's just popping out, so I think he messed up a little bit. This is going to be a bit dicey for him. He's got good pylon placement though, so Praise shouldn't get damage more than like 2 probes. He's just going to sit it out the third. Yep, usually what they like to do is they either like to throw down the tech right now, or make double sentry if they think their opponent's being aggressive. And the sentry's really good for like a last second force field to kill some units.
Comes in, gets 1 probe, and says adios.
Yep, it's basically what you do. You just keep on shading in, like the shades don't give you a lot of vision like they used to, but if you do it enough times, you can kind of get like a feel for like what's in their base. You just shade.
Oh, he finishes the shade, gets the photon overcharge down. Makes them
2 probes.
Yeah, it makes them burn 2 overcharges.
Oh, he killed 3 probes actually. Looks like.
Yeah. And Praise going Twilight Robo and Drumbum going straight Robo.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the straight Robo. The Twilight Robo I think is like you either got to go Stargate, you got to go Twilight Robo I think.
And there goes the Twilight for our Allin Protoss Drumbum.
There we go. Completely even on work count.
Praise going for Blink. It's a little bit different than normal. Isn't it more usually that it's Glaive versus Blink?
As a matchup?
Yeah.
I really like the glaive as a timing, but like past using it as a timing, they're definitely inferiors to stalkers in straight up fights. So you have to have some kind of like a harassment based strategy if you're going to open early glaive in order to keep your opponent on their side of the map.
Yep, and we're seeing that matchup right now. Drumbum's going glaive and Praise is going blink stalker. We get some extra gateways going down. We got war prisms coming out for both players.
You got a void ray on the map.
A hallucinated void ray.
It's very ingenious though, because if he kind of just keeps it, I mean, if he kind of keeps it where like it's a mistake and he accidentally rallied it there, it's so gonna make Praise think, oh wow, he's making void rays. But if he just kind of flies it in like this and use it like as scouting, like it's gonna be very obvious it's a hallucination.
Yeah, and he's got an observer there. He can tell it's a hallucination.
Yep. So like now the jig's up, but I think that would be like a really kind of cute strategy.
Yep, the 4 glaive ups are getting loaded up. Drumbum's got a mortal about halfway out.
And they almost cross in the middle of the map. They're both going to do their timing attacks, looks like. I am not sure who has it better. I would actually say Praise's timing is much more dangerous.
Yep,
but without an immortal, I don't know how much he can actually get done. He can't focus down the pylons really fast enough.
But he's going to warp in right in all these buildings that are coming in. He's going to go right into the main mineral line, but at the same time...
Drumbum is also hitting right now, and he's
11 worker skills. 12, 3, 4.
But he did massive damage. He definitely, he was the first one to get it going, so he's in the driver's seat. But great force fields. And he'll be able to focus down on that pylon and then take out the army. You got to keep that immortal out, though. Yeah, once these 2 immortals go out in the field, he's going to have to back up. But he chooses to blink forward.
And the mortals are almost dead, too.
He might as well finish him off at this point.
The probes are pulled. He blinks away.
Yeah, what is the worker count? Because I know there's a lot of damage going, and
36 to 24.
Praise is in a significant worker disadvantage, but he has the army advantage. So he needs to keep this pressure on if he's going to have a chance.
Yep, and Mortal comes out, and I feel like that's going to be... Ooh, blinks on top of the Mortal. But it gets it down. More warp-ins.
Oh my god, it looks like he's going to get it done. A significant army advantage now. It's not over yet. Drumbum does have a bunch more gateways, so he could just flood him, but here comes Immortal.
Yeah, here comes Praise's Immortal to the fight. Joins in. He's roasting all these zealots.
Oh, he killed 20 workers now with the zealots. This is only his game to lose. And look at the supply.
He's got the observer hanging out. He jumps on top of the dead Immortal. GG is called. Drumbum taps out. Praise brings it to the ace match.
Wow. That was quite back and forth, that last 2 minutes. It really just came down to the execution. I would say Drumbum had the better style. Mainly because he kind of got his damage done first. But he was just out of position in his natural. He got pulled out with those two adepts, which were basically just distraction adepts. And 1 pylon at the front, and that's what can happen if you're not right on top of that pylon for that overcharge. It gets focused down, and then you got no real good defense as a Protoss player.